Hello, welcome or welcome back to Diary Bookaholic. My name's Dorothy, and today I have my November TBR. Most of these have been on my TBR cart for either from last year or earlier this year. Normally, if you've come over from my blog, I try to pick a book from each of my to-be-read shelves for the following year. I do one for each month except for December, where I try to have December be my catch-up month. Well, don't know when I start forgetting to add those books to my monthly TBR, but it's gotten kind of out of hand, so I'm going to use November to try to start to catch up. The only one that's not from there is Wonderland, Woes by Addie J. Keene. This one I got for my birthday. I want to read this one really bad. I would have read it this month, but with it being spooky month, I didn't want to add another book to my October TBR, so I'm going to read it in November. Hopefully it'll be the first book I pick up. Then I have Kiss of Darkness by Jennifer St. Giles. This is a book that years ago I bought for my grandma, and it's been sitting on my shelves since she's passed away, so I figure give it a read to see if I want to keep it or not. Another book that's been on my shelf for a bit is Alice's Zombieland by Gena. Showalter? I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. Just another book that's been on my shelf for a long time, and I want to see if I want to read this because I have the full series on my shelf. So if I like this one, I'll continue. If I don't, I'll get rid of them all. Balthazar by Claudia. This is the last book in the Never Night. This is, I think, even a spin-off from it, so it doesn't even go with the whole series. It's just Balthazar's point of view of what happened in the series, or what happened afterwards. I'm not quite sure. So with that said, I'll be reading and finishing up a series with this one. Nancy Drew, The Clue of the Broken Locket. This hasn't been on my shelves for as long as the other ones, but it's been on my shelves for a bit. Years ago, my grandma bought me the first 6 Nancy Drew books, and we were reading them together. Then we stopped, and in recent years, I've been trying to pick them up so I can finish the series, and I know this is a really long series. I forget how many there are in total, but one here, one there will get it done a little faster than not read them at all, right? And that is Tess of the Overvilles by Thomas Hardy. This has been on my TBR quite a few times. Like back in August it was supposed to be on my TBR, but I couldn't get the audiobook from my library within that month. September happened, and that was Bookopoly, and then October was spooky season. I couldn't fit it in, so hopefully I can read it this month and I'll get the audiobook from my library then. Life on the Mississippi by Twain. This was my grandma's copy. It's been on my shelf since she's passed away. I just want to read it, see if it's something I want. If it's something I enjoy or even like, I'll keep it, but if not, need space for other things. Catalyst, I was supposed to read last year, but I just couldn't get to it, or earlier this year I was supposed to read it, by Kang. This one will be finishing up a series for me, so I think it was last year I read Control. Now this would be finishing that up, so we'll see if I get to it this month or what. Angelfall by Susan E. This one I've had on multiple TBRs, and I was supposed to read it last year and just didn't get to it. So this year I'm going to try to read it. And then, same story, The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. I've had this for a few years now. See if I like it. If I don't, I'll get rid of it. If not, if I do, I'll keep it. But that's all I have for physical books. If I don't finish in October, I'll carry over into November as well. Except for my Poe book, I probably won't finish that in October, but I'm not going to carry it over to November. I'll just wait until next year in October to continue reading those stories. With that said, that's all I have for this video. I'll leave books mentioned down below, along with my Goodreads, Instagram, and blog. That said, have a wonderful day. Read what you love. Bye.